about it or nothing, but man, it's not right. It's not. You got really good presentation. You actually took the time out to have like a intro and outro. I didn't even do that. I was too lazy.
Okay, now you in it.
I think the best thing I'm doing with my channel right now is those fucking thumbnails I like so much. I be having a lot of fun with those. Cause you know I like art and shit like that. The pictures, it's fun finding pictures to use as thumbnails that's related to the game you streaming. That shit dope. I didn't know how to do that in the beginning, but I started tinkering around with that. And I found some shit, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start doing it like this from now on. But that's probably the most I'm really doing with my channel right now. I'll mess with that other stuff in due time, but I'm just kind of lazy with it right now as far as like all that other shit. But you know, you got really good intros and outros and shit like that. I don't know if it's because like people just don't know about you or what.
Yeah, and I gotta do more to actually put myself out there too. I'm gonna make a second Instagram with nothing but the stuff I'm doing on here. I'm thinking about Twitch, but I don't know about Twitch. I ain't got no camera with Twitch, but I really gonna go show my face on there either. So pretty much everybody on Twitch using the camera showing their face.
Well, you know what? I won't lie. I won't deny this. I feel like I'm actually supposed to be in like the same boat as you as far as the numbers, because when I first started my channel, man, I was trying to hide my channel, trying to stay on the low and everything. I was purposely not putting myself out there and shit like that. I'm gonna tell you the only reason why I probably got as many subs as I have is because I've had certain friends from time to time go behind my back and put my shit all over Twitch, YouTube, and God knows what other platforms, and then motherfuckers just started coming out of nowhere on my channel.
Yep, I'm gonna have to retitle this one too now that I think about it.
So that's what happened with that. Now, I do have like a few friends, like, you know, like I was saying on PSN, you know, we decide to kind of like sub to each other and whatnot because we like looking at each other's shit and stuff like that. But you know, I got a lot of other people that's like not even in the PS4 circle, and like they just, I've had some people like just kind of come out of nowhere and just, I guess, find my channel out of the blue and stuff to me. I don't know, it'd be like different stuff, but it was mainly due to people putting my channel out there, and I had no idea they was doing it. Because if it wasn't for all of that going on, I would have been right there with you. But it just happened like that, man.
And that's really what it is. People putting you out there. Because I know you know Filippo. He hadn't really put nothing up in a while, and he jumped in one of my streams recently and was talking to me.
Yeah, Filippo was a good cat. He I actually linked up with him through a friend I used to have named Dr. Hold on for a second. I feel bad that I forgot his name off the top. Hold on. Dr. Josh the Real Gamer, yeah. I met him through him. I say he used to be my friend because, unfortunately he passed away a couple years ago. Oh, I don't know if it was COVID or what, but he's gone. But I met yeah, it's cool. He was a real down to earth brother, man. He definitely missed. Cause I noticed like, and this is why I be worrying about like some of my friends sometimes when I don't see them for a long time. Like upload something or whatever. Cause Josh, that's how I started with Josh. Cause I used to watch his stuff, and then one day I noticed he ain't streaming like 6 months or something, and I didn't see him in other people's streams either, and I usually see him somewhere. So one day, Filippo, you know, he was having a stream and whatnot, and I just came in there and I was like, hey man, have you seen Josh around? Cause like I was getting concerned. And then he told him and some of the people in the chat said he was dead. I was like, what? So yeah, that's how I found out. And this was way after the fact. You know, cause I mean, a part of me was worried about him, but then the other part of me was like, you know, I'm probably just overthinking. You know, maybe he's just been busy or something like that. But, you know, I didn't imagine he was dead. So now when I, like, don't hear from somebody for a long period of time, I'll get worried about him. Yeah, I'd be like, there's a couple of YouTube friends I got now, man, I haven't seen in a long time. No one else's streams, haven't streamed nothing. Just disappeared. I even left some comments on their channel and was like, yo, I hope, you know, everything good, man. Like, you've been MIA for like a long time. You know, been thinking about you, but yo, I ain't seen them in 7 months. So I don't know what's going on. I hope they ain't, you know, something happened or nothing like that. Cause I wasn't thinking much when I didn't hear from Dr. Josh, the real gamer, at first, and look at what happened. So now it's like, damn. I hope another one. Yeah, I done lost too many friends as it is with this whole COVID joint. This whole COVID bullshit, and then you know, like I don't know if I told you this or not already, but like last summer, man, I had a friend that got shot in front of 7-Eleven, like around the corner from me, by a dude that lived like down, or used to live like back behind my way or whatever. I don't know if it was drug related or what, but like dude just straight blew him away in the parking lot. And I was like, and I was hanging with him 3 days before that. Like, we was legit. He came over here and we was playing because he had a Call of Duty game. And I let him play it on my PS3, and he was just blowing motherfuckers away in that. And we was talking and shit and just hanging out. And that was the last time I saw him. Because he got shot like that, and I didn't find out till like a few months later. Because my stick man down the street told me. I was like, what? I thought it was a kid joking at first, but then yeah, he's gone. So that was fucked up. Yeah, I've been losing people, man. People been dying around me. But you know, I don't really talk about it. I just kind of like keep it just. And shit happens, man.
Yep.
But now I have to be extra careful. That all this shit going on around me, I've been like extra paranoid about going out because, you know, COVID's still out there. You got motherfuckers getting a little too comfortable. Like it's not a thing anymore.
They ain't wanna be in the house.
I'm not trying to be the next statistic. Bro, I'd rather be in the house than be dead. Alright?
They want to keep
that is not the way I'm not getting taken out by no fucking virus. Fuck that.
Yeah, some of them just feel like everything else more important than staying your
man. Nah. No, I mean, I don't like the fact that I've been gaining weight since this whole thing. I think I know what I'm gonna have to do though. I'm probably gonna have to try to get like a treadmill or something, get some kind of exercise equipment in here, man. Cause it's like one thing I will say is killing me being cooped up in the house like this. Cause like I got a lot of really I'm actually really active, but right now with all this shit going on, I don't really have a way to burn it off. Burn off all the energy and shit. So it's like it sucks, man. Cause it's not like I'm lazy. Like I got a lot of energy. You know, I'm very active. I'm very energetic, but I can't do anything. I'm just stuck right now. It sucks. I hate it. It's getting big for no reason. Yeah. Ever since COVID, man. Ever since fucking COVID. been too many people. Again, there've been too many people around me dying behind COVID for me to like just shrug it off.
Yep.
And try to wing it. Fuck that shit. Then I'll be dead. Nope. Nope. I'm not going out like that. Everybody's streaming. I might start streaming in the street. I did say I wanted to do the Streets of Rage shit again.
The enemies have been defeated.
Might as well. Do it on a real thing, because I really hate playing on that Genesis collection. The delay, the lag, the fact that I'm playing with a PS4 controller, it don't feel natural. You know, none of that feels natural to me. I'm always ever playing this shit on a damn Genesis, like the actual Genesis with an actual Genesis controller. I don't want to play that shit on anything else.
You know the fourth game I said I was gonna get, I might not get that latest Sonic collection they did. It's kind of scaring me because everybody's saying the music bad on it.
It's not so much the music is bad. I'm gonna tell you what it is. They replaced some of the most banging. Nah, it's not even that. What they did was like with Sonic 3, right? Mm-hmm. They took 3 of the most banging ass music tracks in the game and replaced it with beta music.
Beta music?
Yeah, music that I guess they originally made for Sonic 3 back in the day, but it got scrapped. And the raw tracks replaced. The music from Carnival Night Zone, Ice Cap Zone, and Launch Bay Zone all got replaced with generic sounding beta music.
Yeah, because they were saying Michael Jackson helped make some of that soundtrack.
Yeah. And, but credit went to Brad Bucks something, I forgot. Damn. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Michael Jackson was behind that.
And they were saying,
he was behind some of those tracks, and they rearranged it because of that.
Whatever that last album was, they just took like 2 or 3 songs off of that. His album said the estate jumped in and they said something about the licensing or something with them, and they took them off. They took them off all the streaming platforms.
That shit is whack, man. I can't. I'm so happy I got the original Sonics, like the original, like genuine article Sonics, cause that would have pissed me off.
That sounded
fuck all that.
That first Sega Mini came out, it messed up the sound.
Yeah, that's why I don't fucking
I'm gonna have to.
That's why I'm
gonna have to pull them songs up on. Oh shit.
That's what they meant. That's what they meant by the music sucks. And Sonic 3 on the Sega thing. I don't know if there's anything else they fuck with, but I definitely know about that. They did fuck with that. Everybody remember how raw Carnival Night, Ice Cap, and Launch Bay Zone music was.
Wait, they changed the Ice Cap? Oh, I know that's messed up.
They changed all of it. All 3 of those, they changed them.
Yeah, it's horrible.
They replaced them with generic ass beta music. That's what I'm telling you. Shit generic as hell. That's why people mad at it, and they have every right to be. That Ice Cap Zone was the track in that game, and they took it out, and I mean, I understand, you know, the copyright shit like that. I mean, it probably wasn't even. I wouldn't even get mad at Sega for that. It's not. I don't think it was in Sega's hands. Somebody else made that decision, but Sega had to abide by it.
Back then they didn't have a big problem with that stuff like they do now.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
what is that? Is that one of the songs?
Nah, I'm watching some friend of mine play stream Toe Jam and Earl.
I was about to say that almost sounds like some porn music.
Nah, that's Toe Jam and Earl. This is the new one.
Oh, I don't like the new one. No, they can keep that crap. I stick with the old one. I ain't even beat the old one yet. I get all the way down.
I ain't even playing. But this one looks more like the first game.
The first one was about the best one to me. That second one that picked the Funkatron, that's trash.
This one looks similar to the first game though.
Nah, I don't like that. I don't like what they did with that one.
Friend, I'm gonna have to.
The music was better and all kinds of stuff. It's man, that sound like some old 80s funky town music or some junk. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah.
It sound like they sampled, used that off of somebody's sample or something, and they can't use the real version.
Excellent work. This hive is offline, though we need to keep hunting for others.
Kanye spreads love. If you stand within his circle, no one will hurt you.
Who was that talking? Toe Jam?
Nah, well, he commentating.
No, the goofy voice that was just talking.
Yeah, K2J. I think this is the newest one as of now.
Oh, it is the new one, yup.
Yeah, I seen the new one. I didn't like it.
There it goes. Where the amigo?
Yeah, man. I got a online friend I just met named Scrambles the Death Dealer. He over here streaming this. I'm in his chat. He a cool dude though. He real cool. I've been watching him for a minute, man. He deal with like tattoos and he a musician and all that. Yeah, he wrong.
I think Earl just robbed somebody.
Earl just robbed somebody. Oh no. They wasn't even doing all that in the first one. No.
That's probably accurate.
They robbing niggas.
No, that's even worse. No, not robbing nobody. Come on.
Oh, they are robbing people.
Oh my God. I'm glad I didn't even know. They don't be robbing nobody.
Oh my
Man,
goodness.
no.
They tripping with this.
People.
And you got your
Yeah, he robbing.
got it flying around him.
Man, you don't know how disappointed I am with that. Got them robbing people. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
By the boogeyman. Boogeyman used to scare the crap out of me when I was
Oops.
younger.
No, I didn't mean that.
Basement. So, you know, me and my brother.
I hate when I
in the
type the wrong
basement,
letter.
In the dark, pretty much, playing on an old CRT TV, and you hear boogie, boogie, boogie.
Oh yeah, I remember that dude. I hated him.
He
come out of nowhere, too, and just hit you.
You can pay the wise man in a carrot suit to identify your presence.
Who's that talking?
That was talking
What the
just
hell?
now? That sounded like Toe Jam.
Oh, he did look like. I think he was like. No, you know both of these dudes are supposed to be black, right?
Yeah, that's the other reason why the music sounds so funky like that.
But not money. I appreciate money.
They could have got, well, no, they couldn't, but then he couldn't stream it. They couldn't stream the music. Then I was just gonna say they could have got a rapper to do it, but then they couldn't stream the music.
They got
so,
chickens shooting eggs at him with a big ass egg cannon.
I remember them. They used to shoot tomatoes. They shoot eggs now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's garbage.
I don't know if they shoot other stuff, but they shooting eggs right now.
Yeah, they used to shoot, shit, I just hit the wrong button. They used to shoot, tomatoes, because that was the main object in the first one. Everybody was throwing tomatoes at each other, because you had tomatoes to throw at them. Some of them would throw tomatoes at you. Cube would come by, he'd hit you with an arrow, and he'll mess up your button configuration while you confused and stuff. It's like if you go left, you'll go. If you hit left, you'll go right, and all that junk. It was that goofy back then.
You know what? I do appreciate the cats that stayed on my channel though after watching that video from last night. Y'all the real ones.
I ain't seen it yet.
Greetings, Avengers.
Well, I mean, I already know you did, but I'm pretty sure you would have done the same thing, if not worse, in that same situation.
Oh yeah, from the way it sounded, yeah, I'd have got it.
Cover its resources before our enemies have a
But
chance
you know, you got some people, like the ones that leave, they need to go head on somewhere if they leave after watching that. Getting mad at me. If they get mad at me like that for something like that, I never wanted them on my channel to begin with.
Yeah, I'll go back to the lady I was telling you about. That's real good with the shooters. She just had some kind of surgery done. I think on her throat or something like that. And she was worried about her viewers and stuff like that. She was sending out all the messages like she was gonna be gone for a couple of days. And this, that, and the third.
That's another thing.
And she don't want to lose people. And I told her, I was telling her pretty much the same thing I told you. I say, if they come, they come. They go, they go. I mean, everybody pretty much jump around from channel to channel anyway.
Man, you got motherfuckers. Look, if you got motherfuckers that are so pressed that they gonna get upset with you for tending to your life, your personal life stuff, you don't need them on your channel either. Because these are obviously motherfuckers that ain't got a life of their own, and they think that. I wouldn't want people like that on my channel. If they gonna get me for taking a fucking 2-3 week break off of YouTube, they can kiss my ass. Look, I got over 1,000 videos. Like, they can't just go. There is shit there for them to look at. There's plenty of shit for them to look at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
gotta take care of you. Can't worry about what them people staying on your content channel or not. I mean, yeah, you get paid for it, but at the same time,
if you're getting paid for it, I guess it's.
You lose 2 or 3, that ain't. No, she had a lot of viewers, and matter of fact, I can tell you how many she got right now.
Man, look, those are exactly the type of people.
She got a lot that lose 2 or 3 and not worry about it, pretty much.
Man, listen, I'm not. I mean, yeah, it kind of. The only real thing that aggravates me about the losing sub thing is I don't like it. I don't like it when there's somebody that if I'm supporting their channel, they want to turn around and leave mine when I'm still subbed to theirs. Like, I ain't down with the backstabbing shit. But if it's just some random ass motherfucker.
Well, her Twitch got a lot more than her YouTube, so yeah, she ain't gonna
if it's just some random ass motherfucker. If it's just some random ass motherfucker on my channel that decide to leave my channel, I don't give a fuck.
They fight more robots than usual. Double something this finish on the individual missions.
I appreciate anybody.
Once I finish hers, I'm going to Spider-Man. Might play Walkout today, so I don't switch over for the combat.
Oh my god.
What is that? That sound annoying.
One of them hula chicks.
They sound like that now?
Yeah.
They didn't make no noise before. It just was if you get too close, you start doing a hula whoop.
Uh-huh.
Man, yeah, see, it's too much. I'm not liking it. I remember that song. That song was in the first one. But it sounded better in the first one because it had a little beat and some bass and everything. That sounded like more like some old remix footage, you know. I don't know what that is. Then they had the record cuts in there and everything. I was like, this is trash. They be trying to recreate the old games for this newer generation. I'm like, no, just do a remaster and leave it alone. Don't change no music. Don't do all this new junk got time to do. Then they got them robbing people. No, that's a big no. I'm still not past that.
They felt like, hey, you know what? We brought back. Well, they always rebooting Sonic anyway.
So they're like, okay, we don't trying to reboot too. But that's not the first one. That's not the first time they try to bring it back.
I mean, they did good with Sonic Mania though.
Yeah, Sonic Mania was good. It's new one now. I need to listen to that music first before I even try.
They done brought back, they brought back Streets of Rage 4, and they was like, okay, so if it worked with this, maybe we can do it with Toe Jam and Earl too. Oh boy.
Yeah, for a third time. Cause the first 2 times definitely didn't work.
I ain't gonna lie though, it is kind of cool seeing them bring back all these old games into a new.
Cause the way they change that
look.
music now, it sounds like something you play while you high. And I'm like, no, I don't want it to sound like that.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I kinda like the music. that music.
If
track,
you go back
like
and listen to the music from the first one and then listen to that, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get you with that.
You know, the first original one came out on Sega, and then they did that Picnic and the Funkatron crap. They try to make it a side scroller, and I was like, no, this game was not a side scroller. It was you walk around a map doing stuff.
That did it. Theo, work your magic.
I know. Oh yeah, let me go back to your joint.
Yeah, I'm still on that business for right now. Using the Jane Foster Thor right now. I actually seen that movie. I told you that though.
Oh wait, let me turn this down. Shit. My bad.
Oh, that's what the dang hell. I don't want to go that way yet.
Yeah, man. Then I done made some new online friends on this through YouTube too. Hey, you know what? You of them, in a matter of fact.
Huh?
I met you on YouTube first.
I met you in somebody's comments.
It was Flips.
Okay.
Flip, cause we was talking about Streets of Rage. Cause it was you, me, and Tara, and we went into a whole big.
Okay,
old
yeah, he
Streets of
was the
Rage.
other one I ain't seen in like a month or something now too. Y'all had to think
Tara
about
been
it.
around. Tara was doing Marvel. What is it? Marvel. He was doing Darkstalkers, and he was doing Marvel versus. No.
When was this? Cause the
Was
channel
it
locked
Marvel's
again.
Children of the Atom? He was doing that one.
Oh, okay.
He did a few Need for Speeds, but I think he deleted them.
Yeah, that stuff
But
going on.
they
I
was there.
don't even see his channel again.
No, he's there. Wait, let me
Oh,
check.
yeah, unless he put me back this time. I don't see his channel.
No. Wait. He's. Oh no, he is gone.
Yeah, he been
Why
gone.
does he keep doing that?
He been gone for a minute this time. That's why I said it been about a month this time.
No, it wasn't that long. I swear I saw him. He was in one of my streams. Wait. There he is right there. Yeah, Terra Firmus. You know what? He probably didn't find you yet. Yeah, he got 2 videos up.
He didn't put me back
It's
on. That's what it was.
it's X-Men Children of the Atom for Sega Saturn and Darkstalkers The Night Warriors. He got those 2 up.
How recent that was?
3 days ago for Darkstalkers, yesterday for Children of the Atom.
Yeah, he put me back up. Oh well, he ain't do it. Don't worry about it.
He'll find you eventually. He's back. I thought you ran into him. Shit. Yeah,
This is my first time streaming something. Some damn, he flew. This is my first time streaming something.
Like I said, he had he had some Need for Speed games up, but for some reason he deleted those. So
The last time I talked to him, we were supposed to jump on Rogue, and I honestly forgot. I think I went to sleep or something.
Yeah.
I went to sleep or something, and I forgot to jump on Rogue with him.
Hang on, let me see something.
Cause he played that a lot too.
Is he on PSN or is he on something?
No,
else?
he on PC.
Okay.
That's
okay.
how I was playing Rogue with him, cause it got crossplay.
Yeah. I don't blame him for not getting a PS4. This PS4 is it's wild on here, man.
I think he was saying he might get a 5 or something. I forget the conversation we had. He said he was gonna get one of the systems. I don't know if it was Switch or whatever it was. It was something he said he was gonna get. I don't know if he got it yet or not.
Yeah, probably get it. I mean, yeah, that shit expensive and real difficult to find right now, though.
Look, I just
PS5.
told another friend of mine yesterday, I said, since I always see the new Xbox at Walmart, look like I might end up getting that first.
Is that cheaper than the PS5 or what's going on?
Depends on which one you buy. That's how.
Or is it just it's just more accessible?
It's more accessible because it's the one I'm seeing the most. All the fives, you either got to wait on one to come back from somewhere, or all that other crazy junk.
Or try to get it illegally.
I mean, PlayStation, they gave me 2 offers, so they was selling something off the site, but I ain't have the money at the time.
Man.
You know, it's like a $100 difference to get the one with the disc and without the disc, so that's really what you're paying for. Well, you're the one that do take this and the one that don't take this.
I don't think I'd feel very comfortable fucking with a system that don't take this.
Yeah, it's all download only, so yeah.
Oh no, fuck that. Nope.
Yeah, the one that don't take this is all download only.
Man, this is already so they're already starting that. Man, there's already enough games that's download only.
Well, no, when they came out, they started that. They just made 2 of them like that. They made one that take this and one that don't. Yeah, when they came out, they made like that.
Man, both of my PS4s take this.
No, I'm talking about the 5.
Oh yeah, I'm saying they starting that now.
Now it is some PS4 that don't. There is some PS4 that don't take this. It was very rare, but there's some that don't take this.
See, I see what they doing now. Now that you done said that, they trying to rid all this.
Eventually,
one day, physical games ain't gonna be a thing anymore.
Yep, that's what I say. Eventually.
Oh fuck that. I hope that I'm already dead and gone by the time that really kicks off, man. For real. I'm serious. I'm serious about that.
Dang.
I am dead ass.
You almost man. Flying to a tree.
Nah, man. I'm not feeling that. Look, you can't blame me for feeling that way.
I mean, I already know it because they got the Xboxes the same way. They got 2 versions of them. One take this and one don't.
Nope.
They made both systems they made both systems like that this time around.
See, man, I really don't like. This is why I hang on to my old shit. This is why I hang on to my old shit, because I knew one day they was gonna. I mean, that they already kind of that ship already sailed like long ago anyway. But you know, I knew that one day they was gonna start doing things with these games that was just gonna be like kind of fuckery. And was gonna like really make me wish I held on to my old shit. Cause the first sign was all the DLC that I started to see. You know, written games of cheat codes and unlockables, like, bruh.
Well, stuff like GTA still got codes. But eventually they're gonna stop it with that too, cause they say it takes too much to make the games where you can put codes in them.
There is very little games. I really do respect the few new games that's out now that actually has codes. Like, you know, DOA 5 last round. Actually, all the DOA 5s got codes on PS3 and yeah, DOA 5.
Wait, it do
vanilla. Vanilla DOA 5 and 5 Ultimate on PS3 got codes, and DOA 5 last round on PS4 got codes.
I remember that now. It do, because I did put in one and I got all the music and stuff. So yeah, I do remember that.
Music, outfits, hairstyle changes, all that.
I didn't have to buy nothing. I do remember that.
Well, you still have DLC that you have to buy to unlock, but it's cool that you can use codes. Yeah, it was still cool. You could use codes to unlock all that other shit without having to, you know, try to unlock them through certain
it took some grinding
procedures.
To get the rest of that stuff. It took some serious grinding.
So that was dope. And you got other games that just like Fighting Rage necessarily have codes, but you get to unlock your own content.
I went into that yesterday and didn't stand it long. I was like, yeah. Cause everything in that game is in-game in-game unlocks. Ain't no code for that.
No, but I mean, at least you can unlock shit though without having to pay for anything. That's what I'm saying. I can respect that. That damn Final Vendetta game got codes.
It do?
That was cool to see.
I ain't got. You gonna make me get that one.
Yeah, that's a good game. You can't play it online.
Yeah.
But see, like motherfuckers already know I'm the type of person, I'm not extrally concerned with that, so I'm alright with it. That's why I got so many offline games like that. Like most of my beat 'em ups on PS4 are like non-online games, but I mean I like the game so much. I mean I don't feel like I need online for that. I be having a miserable time playing the online ones because the lag takes away the fun. I mean, it's fun sometimes to play online, but most of the time, I hate it because of the lag. If it wasn't for the fucking lag, I'd be alright.
That Street Fighter surprised me. I didn't know it was lagging that bad now. I'm like, oh no, I can't do this.
That's why I understand people are so... I mean, yeah, I understand that playing online is a very awesome experience. You know, you can just play people from around the world, but damn, that connection really throws the wrench in the gears.
It really do.
I'm so sorry for what you go through.
It's just not fun doing all that. I can't stand it.
For a while, I didn't
While it is cool to chill with your friends and shit, in the game, like the game itself is miserable. Why would I want to deal with that? Like when you play offline, you don't have to deal with that shit.
A different timeline.
I have to deal with none of it. Actually, that's not always true, because sometimes when you play on offline, there's still some weird lag issue every now and then. I don't know where that comes from. I know. Have you ever experienced that before?
What's that?
Playing a game offline and still having lag problems despite all that.
Oh yeah, that be they servers then when they do that.
It's not as bad as online, but the fact that it happens when you're playing offline is insane.
Yeah, that be they servers. So some of them games that don't have an online with a bunch of people like Assassin's Creed, some of them games do.
Or don't have online at all.
Some of them games
or don't have some of the games that don't have an online mode still do that shit sometimes.
Yeah, when they get that bad, that be the game servers.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Fuck all of that. Fuck all that. It don't be as, I said, it's still not as bad. It's still not as bad as it would be if it was online, but the fact that it exists at all, me playing offline like that is nuts. I know you probably heard that thunder just now.
I didn't.
Oh, okay, it wasn't loud enough. Man, I'm hearing these motherfuckers arguing outside. They always argue. Fuck it out. I just be in here doing my own shit.
Oh yeah, they talking about
as long as nothing come through my window or nobody on my door or nothing like that, I don't give a shit. Don't have nothing to do with me.
Right. They've been talking about
nothing.
Bayonetta 3. I ain't even go all the way through the first one. Now that I think about it, and I played a piece of the second one. It because you know why? Because at that time, Devil May Cry was so big, and I didn't even get to go through Bayonetta like that. I was playing more Devil May Cry than I was that.
I haven't played Bayonetta in a while simply because I got so many other games. I haven't played that game. I haven't played that some years though. The last time I played it was 2018, and I haven't played. I've been bouncing around the other. I got too many games, man, for real. It's crazy.
Put 3 on Switch, and I guess everything else. It says
2's already on Switch. I'm seriously considering getting a Switch just so that I can get the sequels.
Hey, good. There might be some other stuff you want to play on there. That Mario Soccer, I ain't put it down either since I got it.
Now,
When I'm not on him, I'm playing that.
The Bayonetta sequels would definitely be my #1 priority because I have Bayonetta 1 on PS3.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember having the demo. I used to play the mess out of the demo, then I don't think I ever got the actual game. Now that I think, oh shit, that almost killed me. Now that I think about it.
But if I do get a Switch, you know I'm gonna get the Marios. I don't know about the Donkey Kongs. I think the Donkey Kong countries I got Super Nintendo are better than the new ones that been coming out.
The one I wanted
That's really how I feel.
the one I wanted was the one on the Wii U, and I don't think they redid that one yet. They made a whole new one, and I was like, what is this? It looked like that one, but it's not that one. Is the second terminal at? Is this it?
Yeah, I'm not feeling the new Donkey Kong Country joints.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I
still play the old first one.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo ones is where I didn't even like 64 for real.
I didn't play the one on 64. I looked at it. I seen somebody play it. I haven't played it myself. Now if the Switch added, I might try it, but I don't think I'm gonna be sitting there going through it.
Mario 64 feels to it though, but this is something that was annoying me about Donkey Kong 64. The fact that when you kill an enemy, they keep coming back to life after like a minute. I don't like it. If you something, it should stay dead.
Yeah.
Not resurrect like that. Like you can, like, let's say you kill an enemy and you sit there for a few minutes, they will spawn right in front of you in their default position where they I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. They respawning. They respawn.
And you know something else I'm surprised they did recently? I didn't even think if that version survived and did good. The Sega version of Mega Man, they put it on the Switch recently.
Oh, I have that shit.
And I was playing.
I'm saying, no, I don't have it on the. You have it on an emulator, but no, I have a physical cartridge of that on Sega Gen. Make Dr. Wily Ward shit. You talking about that, right?
And I was playing it. And I was like, this is actually good.
That shit is dope as hell.
The music is good and everything. I was like, wow, okay.
That shit's better, dude. That shit is so. I don't need regular Nintendo versions of 1, 2, and 3 no more.
I ain't played it all the way through, but I played it enough to get the. No, I beat one of the robots. I forget which one. On I think the first one, the second one, and I was going to the next one. And I was like, the music good and everything. I was like, I didn't even know they did this.
Basically, they basically did a Super Mario All-Stars. They gave that Super Mario All-Stars treatment with that, but on a second. That's what they did with that. Then you get like exclusive new shits on new. Yeah, they really went out of their way with that. I loved it. You know the best part about me having that shit physical? The Game Genie, right?
Oh yeah, I remember using that. You breaking up though.
I can make adjustments with it. Like, I'm tell you what's that I can do with that. Cause you know how in Mega Man 1 and 2 it doesn't have the slide yet. There's codes where I can give him the slide in all the games.
Yeah.
So I can make it so that I can shoot bullets at a time on screen to just the 3. And those are the codes I use. But here's the thing though. Here's the weird thing. Because using a genie with that game is really tricky. You can't use that like you would the other games. What you have to do with this, right? A little rough. But this is what you gotta do. You have to just put it on the thing, put it in, whatever, turn it on. Put the codes in, and then when you press start, you have to try to be quick but careful at hitting that little switch on the side of it to turn the thing off, and the green light will go off, meaning that the genie is and you have to wait for the Sega and Capcom logos to come on, and you have to try to flip it back up carefully so you don't freeze it, because it's very hard to flip that without bumping this cartridge slightly and freezing everything up and making you have to go through all that again. But that's the only way you can get that to work. To get it on, not up the game at all. That's why you have to turn it off after you put the codes in and press start, because it won't load. So when it loads up, then you cut it back on, and then everything will be fine. Isn't that crazy? That you gotta do all that just to get them shits to work on that? Because it's not a regular cartridge. In fact, I don't know if it's even really an official or not. But whatever it is, you know, Game Genie ain't gonna work by normal means. You literally have to kind of cheat the system a little bit just to get that shit to operate on there. You don't have to do that shit with any other game I got on, just that one. Because see, it looks very different from any other cartridges I got. It's a very unique look to it, like the fucking the way what it's made out of, the shape of it, the everything. It my other game cartridges. At least something, but the game is dope.
Mission success. Another shield
I would have imagined that a Mega game would have been on that. I'm lucky to find that in the found it in. Man. On, and I've had that thing for like since 2014.
Your mic kind of cutting, and I hear it in the stream too.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent work, Avengers.
No, you heard all that though, right?
Yeah, I knew what you were saying, but yeah, it's trying to start cutting.
Our agents in the field will continue searching for more.
Yeah, I was telling you all that in case you actually managed to find a. Do you have a Sega Genesis? Do you have a genuine Genesis, or you just got the mini?
Not no more. I had a mini, but I don't now. I don't got no physical one right now. Oh shit, that's a lot.
Okay, because I was gonna say, if you ever find that like a Game Genie or whatever laying around, and you wanted to, because you never. So I just tell people this just in case, because you know you never know. You might find that with a Game Genie and try to use that and won't know how to do it because of how they got it. Because that's some wild. You got to do all that just to get that bitch to work on there. It really is. It's better than the X3. I can't get the Game Genie at all on that because it's a Japanese cartridge. It's a fucking Mega Drive cartridge, and I got an American Game Genie. That's not gonna go together. Even if the codes do work, the game will after the first 5 minutes of playing.
Damn.
Yeah, so I just gave up on that. So my Game Genie don't work on it work on that, and it don't work on none of the 32X games, and it doesn't on virtual racing, this big ass virtual racing cartridge I got. Yo, that virtual racing joint, that, have you ever seen what that cartridge looks like? That's fucking Sega Genesis cartridge I've ever seen. It looked like a big ass black skinny box. Oh shit. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's a like a big all black cartridge, and it just got virtual racing stamped on the front of it. To be on that though, it got the same kind of graphics as like Star Fox on Super Nintendo. It got those kind of graphics on Sega Genesis on that game. That's why that cartridge looked like that. I think they put like some kind of, we call it a FX chip, whatever you call it in.
I don't know what they call that things.
I'm gonna have to, you know what I can do? I can take a picture of it with my phone and then send it to you. You can see what the fuck this look like. I'll make sure to like put one of my regular Genesis cartridges next to it so you can get an idea of just how big that shit is. Fucking crazy.
Is it a Master System tape?
No, this is Sega Genesis. But Virtual Racing is a very special game on Genesis. That's why it looks like, because like I said, it got Fox graphics. That's not your typical Sega Genesis game, man. You might want to Google that. The Sega Genesis Virtual Racing. That shit is nut. That man.
I want to say I played that, but I think I played the arcade version. I don't think I played
You probably
the system
did.
version.
Because if you saw what that cartridge, what the actual cartridge looked like, man, that will bug you the fuck out. That thing is big. Yo, one thing for sure, man, I never have to worry about not being able to find it. It really sticks out like a sore thumb for real.
I bet.
It sticks out like a chopped off leg. Like a amputated leg.
Dang.
That shit is. It don't matter. Like, look, cause I got a box that I keep all my Genesis games in. I can just glance inside it and just automatically where Virtual Racing is. Out of all those, and I got a lot of cards. Like, there's like 150, 60 something Sega Genesis cartridges in there. I can always find. I can always find Virtual Racing.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know.
I can always find it. Cause it's way bigger than any of the other cartridges. Even the electronic arts cartridges ain't as big as that.
Yeah, if it's that big, yeah, that's big. I seen a big.
Cause I got a lot of them. Cause you know, like all the Maddens and what else? I got this Lotus 2 game. What else? All the strikes. Well, you know what? Desert and Urban Strike. I got that electronic art cartridge. For some reason, a jungle cartridge I got looked like a regular Genesis cartridge. Or whatever. Electronics Arts had those kind of default looking cartridges like that. But Desert and Urban Strike are Electronic Arts cartridges. All four of my Maddens, like 90 through 97 or like that. There's another one. I got this game, this Accolade joint, Test Drive 2. That's a big cartridge, kind of. It looks different from the other ones. You know what? That's kind of what I always liked about Sega Genesis, man. You had all kind of different types of cartridges. I felt like that kind of made it more special, even more so than Super Nintendo, because like with Super Nintendo, all their cartridges looked the same. The one thing they was doing Super Nintendo was when games was like a different color, like Killer Instinct had the black cartridges, and then Doom and Maximum Carnage had the red ones.
Yeah, when Killer Instinct
they was doing
came
stuff
out
like
for
that.
64, it had a gold cartridge.
Yeah.
They had a regular one too, but I had the gold one. I don't know how I got the gold one, but I had a gold one.
Yeah, you got lucky.
I think it was a
Yeah,
limited edition or
man.
something. I think I got that one at the pawn shop, but they ain't know what they had.
Yeah, but nah, but that really is one thing I really like about. I've always really liked about Genesis over Super Nintendo's, because their cartridges, man, they had cartridges of all kind of like different types, depending on the game. I mean, one of them was a regular cartridge, but you know, you had all that other shit. I really like the Sonic and Knuckles cartridges.
Oh man,
That shit
that
dope.
game, I played the mess out of that. That game was long, but I like playing it.
It's still crazy though, because that's your very first example of DLC. I don't know how many people realize that. That's your first example of an unfinished game.
Oh wait, I didn't know.
Well, Sonic 3 was your first example of that. And then Sonic and Knuckles was probably the second. Because did you know that Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles is the same game?
Mm-hmm.
Because Sonic 3 is the first half and Sonic and Knuckles is the second half. And they was always saying something about they was originally... When you put Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles together, that's originally what they meant for Sonic 3 to be.
Yeah.
But they didn't have enough time for that, so they split them up into halves and sold them separately. And you had to buy both of them and put them together to get the real legit or original version of that.
Well, it worked out.
Which is dope as fuck.
By the time they did that, I already had the other Sonics.
Yeah.
And they was saying, "Oh, you connect
Nah, but
two
that's
in
still
there,
dope.
You can connect two
That's-
in there and beat Knuckles and two, and I don't know. You can
That's-
do all of
that's-
that. I went and did all
That's
that.
still that is dope as fuck, man. And that's another reason why shits is better than digital, because like a lot of these list Sega joints they've been coming back with, you can't even do that with Sonic. Like even the Mega Drive joint on PS, you can play I don't think you can play Sonic 3 and Knuckles or Sonic 2 with Knuckles or any of that on there. But all those games is on it. That sucks, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's, you know, can't nobody tell me that having them physical isn't better than having them like that. Ain't nobody gonna convince that shit. How can you? It's just, nah, man. Oh, God. Nah, I gotta have my, my genuine articles. There's just things you can't. Now, with the Super Nintendo, I'm cool with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually like doing what I'm doing with that. Because, like, you know, Final Fight 3, the way I be playing that, I would never be able to play Final Fight 3 like that if I had it physical. Because I know you saw the way I was doing that when I streamed it. I've never seen anybody ever do that. I'm not sure how I thought to do it that way, but it's cool. It's a cool ass idea. It makes the game way. I always thought that Final Fight short for me. You know, you got all those different alternate routes and shit. You know, I think it's fun using two different characters and splitting them up mid-game and having them go to completely different stages from each other in the same playthrough like that.
You know what? That's what I'm pretty sure that new, going back to it, that new Toe Jam and Earl don't do. Because the first one you could do that. Y'all could be walking together, but if you need to cover more ground and find more stuff, y'all can split up. And then it'll go in the split screen automatically, and then it'll come back together once y'all meet up again.
Nah, that's different. That's not like what I'm talking about. So you don't need a save state for that though. You can play that legit and still be able to do that. With Final Fight 3, you can't do that shit like that. With a physical, you legit have to have some kind of emulator or something to even do it that way, because you have to go back and forth between save states just to do all that and that. That's what I'm saying. I've never even seen anyone else play that game like that before. I'm glad I streamed that because I'm gonna keep a lookout and see if anybody try to jot my style with that. Cause I know ain't nobody. I've never seen anybody ever do it that way. No one. I'm convinced that I'm the only motherfucker that play Final Fight 3 like that. Cause that's doing a whole lot. I really can't see too many people playing that game and doing all of that. For real. That's too much. Especially that shit you're doing with Streets of Rage 3. Going through 7 and then told in to go to the final stage right after. Well, you know what? Not just that, but that shit I be doing when I'm at the construction site elevator. Where I be pressing start on the second joint and be having them kind of standing out so that I can fight all the extra enemies, making that stronger and more chaotic than it normally be on one player mode. Cause you know, like when you play on players and like most beat 'em ups like that, you always notice how like there's always extra enemies that come out that don't come out on one player. That's why I do that shit like that, man. Cause like the construction site elevator on Streets of Rage 3, that shit was always boring to me. On like when I played by myself, I was always mad that there's just not a whole shitload of enemies coming out at me, and I'm just like easily just murking these fuck. Yo, doing it that way, oh my god, man. I'm like a kid in a candy store through all that. That shit is fun. That shit's fun. I like all the people on that part because it's too short. That part was too short, man. When he's coming out, they be coming out at on Streets of Rage Part 2 on the elevator segments. So you know that's why I be doing it like that. I know it be kind of weak. Cause like I don't know anybody else to even take probably like the extra mile to even do all that. Because first off, most people stand that game because the game's too overpowered.
Yeah.
So most ain't even trying to fuck with that game anyway. But like the few that do, I never see them go the extra mile like that. Look, that's what I mean by that. You know, I done picked the right YouTube name for myself too. Don't get any more extreme than that shit. The game already old as fuck, and I be trying to find ways even more crazy than it already is. It's already a hard, busted game. It's real easy for somebody to mistake me as a masochist. But you're only a masochist if you're stacking shit on yourself that you can't handle. But if you somebody that stack a bunch of shit on yourself and you can actually roll with that shit, you're not a masochist. Cause you handling you handling that. You're not really you're not struggling too much. Maybe a little bit, but you enjoying yourself and you actually able to roll with it. You're not a masochist if you're doing it that way. But you are an action freak, and there might be something wrong with you, but you're not. You probably just crazy. I am crazy. I am crazy. I am that. But I embrace the crazy. I really am gonna do this Rage Marathon tonight. Officially, now I'm thinking about it. Now I really want to play. That damn laptop was giving me shit yesterday when I was trying to do Final Fantasy 8. Damn, USB joint. That shit don't be acting right sometimes.
I hate it. You're not helping.
Are you playing online or?
No,
Oh.
Nah, the AI, one of my AIs, well, one of the AIs is, Tony Stark. He using the Hulk Buster and it was in the way.
Ah. Oh, somebody going back looking at Darius game or Darius. I did them Darius joints. I did them all. There is one more Darius game I actually don't have. It's actually on PS4, but it's damn expensive, and I'm not trying to spend all that on it. What is the name of it? Cause I looked the other day. Cause I googled to see if there was any more Darius games other than the ones I streamed. And one more. I think it's called Darius Burst.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that shit is 50 something bucks, and it's been out since 2016.
Cause it's the hardest one to find.
Man, I'm not trying to. As much as I like the Darius, well, you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't really that deep into the Darius series. It was the only two Darius games that I was aware that I had was the ones on my Title Legends shit on PS2. Those were the only two that I thought I had. Those other shits that I did when streaming through them, I found out about those recently. I didn't know that my emulator had all them Darius games on it like that because I wasn't paying attention or wasn't really looking for them. So I was and like I said, there's somebody I've been following for named VC Decide, and she be doing a lot of comparison videos and stuff, and I'm into that. And one day she did a comparison thing on the very first, like the original Darius game, and she was comparing the Sega Genesis version to the arcade version. Yeah, this one wasn't on Sega Genesis back in the 90s, but you know how they like making these new homebrew games, I guess.
Yeah, Darius
and making like
in,
new
the 80s.
No, but I'm saying they've been making new games on Genesis. They legit out there making new Genesis games, and they came out with a Darius. Because the original Darius was not on Sega Genesis. They did have a couple of Darius games on the Genesis, but the very first one was not on Genesis originally. They recently, like a few years ago, made a homebrew Darius version for the Genesis, and it's an actual thing on there now. It's a brand new fucking thing they made. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at this. I didn't know that at first. I had to look more into it after that. But you know, I'm looking at the Darius shit she comparing, and then all of a sudden I'm like, now I want to stream this one and maybe go through the whole series. So then I went and hooked my emulator up, and I went to the Sega Genesis section of it, and I was looking to see if the first Darius was on it, and it wasn't. So then I googled it on my phone to see what was up with that, and then that's when I found out about what I just told you about them just making a Darius. Yeah, they just recently made that and put it made a Genesis version so that you could legit put it in a real Genesis and play that. Plus I think it's on one of the mini joints too. So yeah, they done, that's an official thing now. So I'm seeing it and I'm like, okay, nah, this isn't gonna be on my shit then. So then I Googled some more to see what all systems the first Darius was on. Then I spotted it saying PC Engine. That's TurboGrafx.
Yeah.
And I have TurboGrafx games on it. So then I went there and was looking through my shit and bam, I saw it and I was like, okay, so I do have this. But it's on TurboGrafx, so then I started fucking around with it.
Because of that doggone show I was watching, I had to go see what a TurboGrafx was. And I was like, oh, that's
yeah, it's a cool, underrated system. I don't think it got as much recognition as I feel it deserves to get.
Not what the stuff it's got on there, it didn't. I'm like, man.
It had some good games.
Yeah, it had some real good games. I was like, good grief.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, you know, I started messing with it and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stream this. So that's where all that came from. So I didn't even know that I had Darius 1 along with the other 3. Well, no, you know what? No, I did know about the Super Nintendo ones because I did play them a few years ago, but I forgot that I had them because I ain't messed with them in a while. I wound up looking up Darius 2 to see what system that was on. That one was on the Genesis. Like that really was on the Genesis back in the day. And like I said, the other 2 on Super Nintendo, I remembered I had those and played them, but I ain't played them in so long I forgot what the names of them were, because even though they're named one thing on Google, they were named something else on the fucking thing, depending on what what country I was on the Super Nintendo thing. Because depending on what region you playing from, it has a different name.
Yep, it most certainly is.
So I had to pick one. Yeah, so I just decided to go and I had to go to the Japanese category just for the Darius twin name. Because when I went to America, it was named Supernova, and that wasn't clicking with me. So I was like, nah, I don't like this name. I'm gonna play the Japanese version because they kept the Darius name. So I went with that. And then the other one, the final one, was Darius. What was it? Darius Force. Now that one threw me the fuck off. Because though I actually didn't know about I did see that game once before, like I kind of tried it out a little bit years ago on the emulator, but I didn't realize it was a fucking Darius game because it was under another title, just like the other one was. So I didn't even know it was a Darius game. So yeah, after I got all of that straight, that's when I decided to go ahead and do a whole marathon on that shit. That's what I did. All 6 titles. That shit was rough, man. I still feel like the very first one and the very last one are the hardest. Especially that last one, man. That last one, G Darius, that shit is just a mess. Bullet hell from hell. How the fuck are you even supposed to avoid most of that? I go into them games knowing I'm gonna die a lot of times. I don't even be worried. I'm like, before I start those games, I'm already mentally prepared to just be staring at the continue sign over and over again. God, I already know I'm gonna die. That's why I can't even rage or get mad or nothing. I'm used to dying at those. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. And you playing and then that's the arcade version too on top of it. God.
Oh, I saw them in the arcade. I ain't spend no money on them. Won't lose too much money sitting there playing them.
No. Nah. See, I'm cool with it on PS2 because you got infinite shit. So all you gotta do is keep pressing like select and keep adding more credits on. Nah, but I had to be on top of it with the earlier ones because they do have continued. Well, no, the first one I actually had used the cheat code because they're the first one, the second one, and no, all 4 of the home console system Darius's I used some kind of cheat code for because the first one I was using a continue cheat because when you die, because you normally don't have continues in that. You have to hold 2 buttons together and press a 3rd button to continue where you died at. But even then, it's brutal because if you die at any time after you pass like a certain stage, they start you all the way back to that one stage, and you have to do all that again.
That almost sounds like the continue code from Alter Beast, because you had to do something like that with that one.
It's that kind of code, so I was using that.
That was the only way I beat Alter Beast for the continue code.
Man, bro, yeah, I beaten Altered Beast with just 3 lives alone.
They don't stand a chance.
Unless you really that damn good with this, people out there that can no death that, but that's not the average. I know I can't. Fuck that. Yo, the 3rd level, you giving me all the shit in that. Nah, but yeah, Darius. Plus, I was using save states too, cause that shit was just too much. So yeah, I was doing all of that to finish the first one. The second one, I put a free play code in. So the only thing that did was make it so that it didn't limit my continues no more. It just had infinite shits. The 3rd one, I used a 50 life code because they don't give you no continues in that. Darius Twin, they don't give you no continues. You can set your lives up there to a maximum of like 9. You lose those 9 lives, you dead.
So they expect you to go through that whole game with no...
Yes. Yes, they did. I mean, I think you could gain extra lives, but you had no fun. They did you like the Vector Man games, but Vector Man was way more forgiving. You know, Darius Twin, yeah, you had to do that in one go. So I put the 50 life code in for that.
Yeah, Vector Man was a long game. If you didn't know how to do the shortcuts on certain missions, it was a long game. And I was just...
Well, Vector Man 1 isn't that long compared to the sequel. Part 2 is really long.
If you play it all the way through without doing the shortcuts, it is like, what, like 100 and something missions?
What, Vector Man Part 1?
Yeah.
There's only what, 16 or 17 levels in that.
No, it's more than that.
No, there's not. Vector Man is like probably an hour and some change at the most. That's not a long game. Vector Man, that game ain't long like that. There's only 17 levels. Part 2 got 30 something stages in that. Yeah, Vector Man 1 only got 17 levels, man. Or 16 or 17. It's been a little while. I'm gonna stream it one day. I'll show you.
Oh,
I can beat that game.
Okay, you was right.
Yeah. But I always put the infinite...
That's all that shooting I did made it feel like more than that.
I be using a Game Genie code to freeze the timer. Cause I be liking to explore. I hate having to rush through that game like that. There be stuff I be wanting to hunt for and can't do it because the timer, they give you just enough time to kind of like, they force you to speed run that game.
Well, actually, one time I did the cheat code at the beginning of it where you hit your head on the doggone sign and made the letters drop.
Oh, that's not a cheat code. That's just a little Easter egg. Talk about when you.
It's actually when you, if you get enough of them, you get to do the level select and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Yep. I don't really care for that. I just wanted to freeze the timer so that I could be methodical with the gameplay. Cause, like I said, I like to really milk it. I like to drag out games sometimes and be hunting for shit. Vector Man 2, I leave the I don't use any timer codes or nothing for part 2 because they give you like multiple clocks in most of the stages to add more time on. They give you more than enough time to kind of explore. So I ain't worried about it in part 2, but 1 used to always make me mad because I got
aggravated with it.
Huh?
I said 2 I didn't beat. I got aggravated with it, but the first one I beat that one.
Part two is hard. Like part 2 is real hard. 1's hard too, but 2's even harder. If you can believe that.
I believe it.
Part 1, like I said, part 1 used to always aggravate me.
But I played, I believe it.
Part 1 used to always aggravate me just because of the fact that I used to hate it that they didn't give me enough fucking time to really explore the stages because the fucking clock wouldn't allow it. But now that I'm using that Game Genie to freeze that shit, I'm alright. Cause now I can take as much time as I want. I already die enough by getting killed by enemies and shit. I don't need time killing me too. just like in Streets of Rage Part 1, I freeze the damn time in that too. I feel like I earned the right to put codes in those games now, because you know how many years I've gone playing those games without anything and just running through them games like that. I deserve that. I feel like I gained seniority with that. I deserve a break. I deserve that for real. I fucking deserve that. Man, I don't use codes for everything, but you know, that's what I used to like about like older games where you could like use codes to alter shit if you didn't really like the way a game was originally. Like the Wolverine, Adamantium. I know I ain't saying that word right, but you know the game.
Yeah, Adamantium.
Yeah. On Sega Genesis, man, that game had so many that game is infamous. There's so many people that hate that game. It's like on the crappiest Sega Genesis games list. But I'm gonna tell you something though. If you got a Game Genie and you use certain codes on that game, it's one of the best Genesis games you can ever play. That's how you turn a really bad game into a really decent one. Cause these are the codes I'll be using for that. I'll use the one to first off make it so that LCD is no longer a problem. So I don't have to worry about rushing through everything to avoid her catching my ass. Like time running out and shit. And then I make it so that when Wolverine claws and kicks people, his shit is stronger, because you know they made this motherfucker weak. It's like an insult. I fixed that, and then I made it so that he heals a lot quicker when he's standing still. I basically gave him his real life stats in the game. You know what I'm saying? I did that, and like, yeah, I buffed Wolverine to his real self and made it so that LCD don't be chasing me around in all the levels. Those are the only 4 codes you need to make that game good. Because then you can actually have fun with it. You're not sitting there hitting scientists for like a whole minute to kill them. Cause that don't make any sense to me. Like, first off, in the first X-Men game, when you play as Wolverine on the stage with the Sentinels and shit, it only takes one, when your claws is out, 1 hit to pop the Sentinels' heads off. So it doesn't make any sense in Wolverine Adamantium Rage, which comes after that. Wolverine's over here hitting a regular scientist throwing chemicals at you that actually runs away from you like a little bitch when you get close to him. You hitting this motherfucker 12 times to kill him. This is Wolverine. Come on, man. Nah, I wasn't okay with that. Yeah, so yeah, I fixed all of that. So, you know, just those codes alone, man, makes that game really good. And I like the game now. But I'm gonna tell you this though. Without that game genie code, I ain't fucking with that game. I'm not. It's unplayable without it. You know, but I like that I could take that and use it and fix the game up to my liking. You know. But nowadays, you know, when you get a game, you just stuck with whatever you got. Unless you're able to mod something, if it's a PC version or something. But that's a prime example of me having to use a game genie to alter a game. Again, that's how you turn a bad game into a good one. Cause you know Wolverine is really sad, man. Cause Wolverine, that's actually not a bad game when you get rid of all the issues. I'ma stream it like that one day. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but one day I'ma stream that shit and I'ma use those codes and I'ma show everybody how good that game can actually be. Did I cut out?
Nah.
Oh. Yeah, it saddens me that so many people missed out on the potential that game had, but I'm glad I was at least able to experience it. I always play it with my 2 X-Men games on the Genesis. It goes good with them. You just can't play with any of the X-Men in the Wolverine joint, but they do make appearances though. But it's a cool game, man. You got all kind of cool ass villains in it. You got Sabretooth in there. You got Lady Deathstrike. You got this wolf dude. I think his name is Lurker. There's some really cool shit in that game, and it got really good music too. Really good banging ass music. They fucked that game up by default.
Vault finna aggravate me, Jesus. I hate when you man, this one real well here. That can't even see where it would possibly be at.
Then you got the I use game genies for all my Streets of Rage games. The first one, I be using the freezing the timer. The second one, I don't even know if you can call those cheat codes, because I be actually making the game harder. Because what I be doing with that is I'll make it so that 6 enemies, well, I don't have to tell you because you've already seen what I was doing in that.
Yep.
Because I know you probably thought it was weird that I was playing the game on hardest, but there was like a lot more shit coming out than normal. I don't know. Do you play Streets of Rage 2 on hardest mode?
Nope.
Okay, never mind. You probably not familiar with how they come out.
I've tried it, but I wouldn't stay in that mode.
I made it even harder than that. Because even though I was playing it on hardest, cause one thing I'll tell you this, there's not supposed to be 6 enemies on screen at one time in that game. The only time that happens is if you playing on a really high difficulty with 2 people. But if you're playing one player by yourself, there's only supposed to be a maximum of 5 enemies on screen at once, not 6. But I put in a code to make it so that it can pass that. Yeah, I make it so that, so I put in a code so I can make it go up one further than that and make it 6, make it feel like a real arcade game. And not only that, but there's a few extra enemies that come out when I play it like that, because even on hardest mode, when you're playing by yourself, You know when you fight Jet on the second level at the end of the second stage. Now normally when you play on hardest by yourself, he's the only one. But because of that code I put in, I fight him, and then there's another one that fights with him, along with all the Garcias and Donovans and shit that be around. And then at the end of the 7th stage, I'll be fighting like 4 robots. Because if I was playing hardest by myself, there's only supposed to be 3. 4 only come out if you playing hardest on 2-player mode. But again, because of that code that I put in, I fighting like 4 robots by myself. So like little shit like that, and then the game gets a little buggy too, because you know I'm having to do too much because I put too many codes in. You know, because that's not the only code I put in. I put in another code to make it so that there was 3 different. You have to put all 3 of these codes in to make one thing work. To turn Skate's name into Sammy. That's just a cosmetic code though. It has nothing to do with the actual gameplay. But I like that. I like his actual name. And then there's one more. Oh, I put in a code so that I give myself 4 continues instead of just 2. Because me playing it like that is brutal, man. Like that game cheats twice as bad with me playing with that first code put in. That shit is, I be making that shit OP. You can't even call that a cheat because I'm actually putting more on myself than what's necessary. That's what I mean about me being an action freak. So yeah, I was doing that. And then in Streets of Rage 3, I mean, there's not a whole lot I can really do with that. But I just put in the code so that I'll have Rue open by default on the character select screen instead of me having to put in a code for it. And then I put in the level select code so that I can go past level 6 because I need that one. So that, like, cause I always play through the game normally. I don't use the level select at the beginning. I like to play through the game first. I only use that because, like, in Streets of Rage 3, you can't go to all 8 stages. Like, normally, you can't go to all 8 of those stages in one playthrough like that. You can only go to 7 of them. Because of the way level 6 is, you can only go to one stage or the other depending on if you save the chief of police in time or not. So if you go to one level, you can't go to the other one. It's impossible. So I'll put that code in so that I play through the game normally. I get to level 6. I'll always let the chief die on purpose so I can go to level, go to City Hall. Go there, beat Shiva. Then I use the level select to pick level, pick the Robot Factory stage. And just go straight there. And then that'll be my level 8. That way I'm going to all 8 stages. That shit's dope though. I used to, man, when I first played that as a teenager, man, I used to hate it that I couldn't go to both City Hall and Robot Factory. It really bothered me. But I finally found a way to do it. Well, before that, I did have an old way to do it, because I knew about the level select code, but it wasn't the same thing. This involved me having to go to level 6 twice. Because I would, do the whole level, do the whole City Hall thing first, put the level select code in, to go back to level 6, because again, like the level select by default don't allow you. It only allows you to pick levels 1 through 6. You're not able to pick the other 2, but because of that code that I put in, I can go past that. You have to have a game genie for that shit, because then you can break all kind of rules and shit. You gotta have that. That's basically a hacking device, a primitive hacking device. But yeah, man, Yeah, I used to hate the old way I had to do it. It's a pain in the ass having to do level 6 twice like that. Hey.
The mic out.
Oh yeah, I heard that time too. Now I was saying it's a pain in the ass. I hated the old way I had to do it before I got a Game Genie, cause it was a real pain in the ass having to do level 6 twice.
This shit glitching.
I hated doing level 6 twice. Wait, what's glitching?
The damn game.
Oh no.
Yeah, this game has a couple of patches a month to keep it from glitching, and it's glitching now while I'm trying to do this damn vault. No wait.
Shit.
No. I see what it did. I went to the wrong one first.
Damn.
Okay. Now I can go back down here.
They don't stand a chance.
Wrong side of the room. Yeah, I see what I did. I thought it glitched.
Oh, the other crazy thing I be doing when I play Streets of Rage Part 1 though, because I mean, you see me stream Streets of Rage 1, right? So you saw all the extra enemies and bosses and shit I was fighting?
Yeah.
You know how I did that, right? I had to fucking start a 2-player game, and I had to let the first player die, and then I would start the stream after that. I mean, cause I'm not gonna sit there and actually stream y'all watching me get the fucking one of the players killed. Y'all wants to, who wants to watch that? So I had to do that and then start the stream after the fact. And see, and what happens in Streets of Rage 1, right? When you start a 2-player game, cause I never knew this at first, I never noticed it. When you start a 2-player game in that, even if your friend died before you, it stays in 2-player mode. As far as like the amount of enemies and shit that come out, and the items and shit you get, so you're legit stuck fighting 2-player portion shit alone. So that's why I be doing that, so that I can fight. I like fighting all that. Yo, I don't care what nobody say. I'm a real one for that. Most motherfuckers ain't even trying to fuck with the first Streets of Rage game, because that game is also unbalanced and OP as fuck. You got bosses one-shot killing you and shit in that.
Yeah.
That game is too much. But you know, I be rolling with that game though. I forced myself to get good at that game like a long time ago. See, I'm one of them determined motherfuckers. I'ma keep on and I'ma keep on until I fucking win. Ain't nothing gonna fucking stop me. I'm persistent. I can't stop, man. I don't know what it is with that. And most people just give up, but I wasn't willing to. It took, like, the first 3 years I had Streets of Rage 3, man, I used to get my ass kicked just like everybody else did. I didn't even know all the moves yet. In the very beginning, I didn't even know it was a 6-button game. I used to always play it with a 3-button. Yeah, that fucking sucked. But I didn't find out till like, I say, cause I got that game when I was 14. I didn't find out if it was a 6-button game until I was like 19 or 20 years old. I didn't actually start getting good at the game until I was 17. So, yo, it was a struggle with that game when I first got that. I wasn't just good at that at the start. I was getting fucked up too. But I liked it so much though. I didn't want to, you know. I really wanted to really get good at it, cause I really liked that one. So I would just keep playing it, and then eventually I got good at it. It took a lot of patience, bro. A lot of patience. Shit. But I was getting fucked up just like everyone else in that. I wasn't always good at that game. But damn, me being persistent with that bitch though, it paid off. It's my favorite game in the series now. There was times when 3 had me running back to 2 when I was younger. Cause it was kicking my ass so bad, I was like, I would use 2 to like take out my frustration on 2 because 3 fucked me up so badly. so I had to go back to part 2 and get my confidence back. God damn, man. Yeah, struggle is real with that one. In Streets of Rage 3, I'm very aware of that, like how OP it is, why so many people hate it. I get it. The only way anybody gonna remotely like that game, you kind of gotta like be at least halfway good at it, cause it's not fun getting killed all the time in that. But like I said, man, once you actually master that shit though, it's the best beat 'em up you could ever play. But it's not like they make it easy for you to figure out that shit out. Like when I first started playing with the 6 button, that shit felt mad weird. Like the whole X thing, I didn't know what the fuck was happening. Like I would press X and my character would keep standing still. I ain't know what was up with that. And like, and one day I had to like, I went to like dual mode with myself, cause you know I had 2 controllers and shit, and I would try to see what was up with it, and then I would like, I think I was like doing something with the pad. I pressed something on the pad. I think I pressed X, and then I guess I was trying to walk or something, or I was trying to force it. I kept tapping on the directional pad to see if I could do anything after pressing X, and then I guess I pressed forward twice without thinking about it, and then she did, like, because I was messing with Blaze, and Blaze did a faster version of her usual blitz attack, and I was like, hey, wait a minute, what was that? And then I was trying to figure out how I did it, and I spent like the next 5 minutes trying to figure it out till I did it by accident again. And then I accidentally did one of her other moves, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to do it again. And then I found out like you had like codes you could look up on on computers and shit at the library and whatnot. Like they had codes on the computer that you could look up, and I didn't know that. So I went to the library one day and I was looking up move things for Streets of Rage 3, and then they had like an actual command list on there, and I wrote that shit down and took it home and turned the game back on and started fucking with it again, and started figuring out what the shits were. And man, after I found that out, oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a really good time. I was so fucking happy when I first found out about all those extra moves that I didn't know about even existed at first. And the fact that you could abuse them bitches and you didn't have to worry about no kind of penalty or nothing. You could just spam that shit as much as you wanted to. I mean, you still had to be careful with it, but you could still get hit out of that shit, but still. You know, it was way better than doing your normal shit. You're gonna have to do some kind of extra something to get through that fucking game. Yeah, I see why they made it a 6-button game. You play that shit with a 3-button, you might not make it very far. Because your shit's limited. Then you have to depend on trying to stay alive for a long ass period of time to keep stack up stars at the top of your name bar and shit, and to be able to do the advanced moves. And the problem, there's few problems with that one. Number one, the game's too goddamn OP for you to even be able to last that long without dying once. That's number one. That's the primary. That's number one right there. Number two, it sucks that you're limited to which move. It's not like you can do all three. You can only do one. Whereas if you got a 6 button, you can do all of them. Whenever the fuck you feel like it, you just gotta know the commands for them. Yeah. So, yeah, so it's definitely, that's why, like, ever since then, I always recommended people play with a 6 button. But you had so many cats that was like stubborn, or they just didn't feel like going through the trouble, or just didn't understand what they was looking at. Because I would actually write stuff back when I like had roommates and shit, and I had friends that used to like play the Streets of Rage shits with me and everything like that. You know, 1 and 2 was always fine, but when they tried to play 3 with me, like hardly anybody wanted to play that with me anymore after the first couple of times, because they would always die on like level 1 or level 2 or something like that. And like the game was too fucking hard for them. But what I started doing was, you know, I would write codes. At first I started off writing them for myself, but then I started writing them for my friends too that wanted to play with me, because, you know, I had other 6 button controllers and shit too, so that if I was using one, they'd also be able to use one. And I would get the notebook and I'd be like, yo, before we start this, man, look at this. This is how you do the moves and whatnot. You might want to look at this before we start, because if you don't know how to do this, you might die. You might not last that long in this. Like, I'm always warning people when it comes to 3, because like I've had so many past associates, roommates, and friends that played Streets of Rage 3 with me for the first time after beating 1 and 2 with me, and thinking that just because they ran through 1 and 2 with me, that 3 was gonna be a fucking picnic. And I'd be like, yo, before we start this, man, I'm gonna let you know this one right here isn't like the first 2 we just played through. This game is really brutal. You're gonna want to come correct with this one. They be like, oh man, I ain't worried about that, man. We got this. Be dead by level mid part of level 2. Either they get killed by at the part with Bruce and the kangaroo, the clown and the kangaroo on the 2nd level, or they die in the nightclub, or Mona and Lisa murk their ass. None of them could make it to level 3 with me. I be trying to get them to look at the moves in the notebook, and they be like, oh man, I don't need that. It ain't that they didn't need it. It's the fact that I guess they legit couldn't understand what it was what it was saying, how to do the moves, and they just played it off. Cause it is kind of hard to, and mind you, these people that was playing with me was like people that's not really too familiar with the Street Fighter series. So they don't understand the whole command list thing. They look at those command lists and they don't know what the hell they're looking at. They don't know what it's saying. They can't make it out. Making them not good at these games at all. Because if you can't even understand what it's telling you to do to play a fighting game or whatnot, you really have no business anywhere around these games. I'm talking about people that couldn't even do a Hadouken with Ryu in any Street Fighter game. That's the easiest move. If you can't even do that, you really don't need to be playing.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was the type of people I was like. They were somewhat gamers, but they wasn't like hardcore gamers like what I was looking for. Like the type of gamers you meet online, it's hard to meet people like that in real life. Cause a lot of people you see run into in real life ain't that good. I ran into a few that was really, really good. I did have a few friends and whatnot that were like for real, you know, good players and shit. And you know, I had a hard time. I had nice back and forth with them, but most of the cats that was around me wasn't really
we need your help to reclaim
they wasn't used to the kind of games that I was playing. They was more used to the Pac-Man and stuff like that. So nah, they wasn't really with the whole fighting game. They would try it, but I wouldn't play them though, cause you know I'm one of them type of people. Like if I'm playing against somebody in something like that and they don't even know how to do a fucking super move, I'm not gonna play that person. I'm gonna be like, all right, yo, I'm gonna let you play this by yourself and learn the ropes and fundamentals and all that. And when you start doing some damage in this game, come back and ask me to play you then. Because at your level right now, it's not gonna really be any fun for neither one of us. That's really how I am, man. I can't play people that don't know how to play something. Because then it's going to make me have to hold back and not do certain things when I'm fighting them, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel right having to do that. I'm fighting somebody, I'm not doing none of my special moves because my opponent don't know how to do them. That's not how I'm trying to. If I play, I like going all out. You know, I have to play against somebody that's like, you know, they know what the fuck they're doing. I know you know the feeling. Would you want to play against somebody that don't know how to play? That's not fun, man. It's not gonna be fun for them because they just getting their asses kicked constantly. It's not fun for you because I mean, you're getting bored beating this person up trying to teach them how to play a game that they're just not understanding. It's like, man, there's no point in it. I just nah. I'm always like that though. Like I never like beating up on people that don't know how to play. If I see somebody don't know how to play something and they come around trying to play me, talking about, yo, wanna play me? I'd be like, nah, man. Just I won't even say it like that. I'll probably make up some kind of excuse to like why I won't be able to play them because I don't want to hurt their feelings. But I'm not trying to play them though. I'll be thinking in my head, I'm not gonna play them.